And now I'm open to any questions that you may have about anything. Anyone? Everyone's all like asleep? What's going on?
How did you start?
How did I start?
Yeah, like, did you start it like dancing or?
Let's see, I started...
how were you like discovered?
That's a good one, you know why? Because people always think that you went to a place and something happened there and somebody saw you.
Yeah.
The truth is that anything in life that you want to do, just start doing it. So what does that mean? As a child, I decided I wanted to be a performer. So I got all my favorite records and I would play them in my room and I would perform in front of the mirror for myself. When I decided I was good enough and hot enough, because I spent a lot of time getting the hair right and the makeup right, and I was, I don't know, 6, I started, I held my siblings captive and then I made them watch. And then eventually, I would perform for family members. Keep in mind, I was really shy, so I got really, really sick. And all the time, right before performing. And then my mom just put me through talent contests and beauty contests, and they were really cheesy, you know, around the way daycare center type of situations. And kind of embarrassing. I have the pictures and some video stuff. There wasn't going to be any discovery there. But there was, because what I'm doing is that I was sending a message out to the universe, which was one of, this is what I'm doing. All it is that you keep showing up to the smallest things. And it leads to someone who goes, you know, I have a friend, you want to do a record, blah, blah, blah. And so then I met this friend, and it was in some booty studio, somewhere like in, I don't know, in the Bronx somewhere, above some really tiny little club. And the stuff was really dirty and dusty, but I wanted to sing, and they were going to record me, and I didn't care. So we recorded a song, and I made a deal, and I said, you know, I don't like the lyrics. If I can rewrite it, then I'll sing it for you. So what are we going to do with it? And I'm like, I want to be like Madonna. And they were like, well, we don't know if we can make you like Madonna. You know, well, you can rewrite it if you want to. And so I did. And the song, I called it Temptation. Temptation didn't come out for 7 years after that.
Wow.
In fact, I released 3 singles before Temptation was finally released because no one would sign it. They said it wasn't a hit. They said it wasn't a catchy song. No one's going to care. And of course, it was the biggest song I ever did. So.
But Give Me Back My Heart, you sang that song too?
Give Me Back My Heart.
Oh, wow. I love that song.
Thank you. And how did I get started? Someone said to me, a producer I was working with, just as broke as I was, said, you know, I DJ in this little place in the Bronx. Why don't you just come there and perform? And I was like, cool, okay. No one knew who I was. And so he said to me, do you have any pictures? I was like, no, I can't afford pictures. I got a friend who was a photographer. His friend showed up, Pepper. And I met him for the first time, and he took pictures of me. And then we spent the next 20 years together traveling the world. He was just as broke ass as we were. And basically what happened was that we took pictures, and then I worked a regular job, and they worked regular jobs, and we pay our bills, and then we throw the $50 into the pool. And then we would call a recording studio and beg them to let us record for like, you know, $100, 8 hours. And then we'd go in there and try to sneak as many songs as we could at once. For no one. We had no one to play them for. We had no one that even cared. And I did this performance for a bunch of locals, and nobody cared. And at the end, they were like, oh, that was good. You know, good luck. That led to some DJ who said, you know, can I spin it at my club? Go down to see little Louis Vega at a place called Funhouse, which then turned into Heartthrobs. And he was now the protege of Jelly Bean Benitez. And we went there, and he couldn't help me. And I was still unknown. And one day, someone turned around and said, hey, there's a place called Amore East in Queens. There's going to be some group there from England. Maybe Corina wants to open up for them. And, you know, I was like, hell yeah. And so they took me out there, I got all dressed up, nobody knew who I was, they didn't even want to see me. In fact, I think it was Curtis Blow, who had just come in from Europe. See, you guys don't even know who the hell that is, right?
Oh, okay.
You do? Okay, okay. So, I was opening up for him, and so when they bring me on into the stage, people are like, can we get her off so we could see the real act?
Before you sang or like after?
Before they
During.
brought me
Oh, yeah?
out. Like, so I finally come out, and I spin onto the, because I'm so scared. I have never danced that hard in my life. I'm spinning. I tried to make sure that the outfit was on point. So I got their attention for a little while, and I sang the song, and they were like, oh, she's not half bad, she's okay. And I sang a song called Out of Control. And the DJ said, hey, can I do a little mix of that song? And of course I said yes. And next time I went in to do background vocals for the song, there was some guy there with a piece of paper who said, yeah, I'm from Cutting Records. I didn't know what the hell that was, because I was focused on a major label. And he said Cutting Records. I was like, what's that? And he said, well, we're an independent label and we're going to sign you, and we've got Sapphire. And I said, yeah, well, Sapphire ain't Madonna, so I'm not signing to you. Of course, Sapphire is one of my best friends now, but at the time, I was just like, who? She had a song called Don't Break My Heart. Put a paper in front of me and said, it's too late. I paid him X amount of dollars for the song. You have to do it. And, you know, I wanted a deal really bad. And I didn't want an independent deal, but I thought, you know what? Maybe I could do a few clubs if I do this. So I signed it. And then I got a lawyer. And I got a family lawyer at that who knew nothing about the entertainment world. So I signed away everything. I signed away my writers, I signed away my likeness, I signed away my name.
Did you read the contract first?
You know, I did, but
Back then it was just like,
I just wanted to release this song, and I felt a tremendous amount of pressure to sign the paper. And I knew better, but I signed it. And it's that story that you hear, you know, what is it,
TLC.
Yeah, everyone has, so many artists, Prince even, signed away his publishing. At one point he was running around with the word slave on his face because the record company owned everything. And I just wanted, like, just slap him. It's like, you signed the papers. Like, yeah, you gave it all away. And so I think now he's got full creative control, but it took a really long time for me to even get a tiny piece of the pie that was all mine to begin with.